Our desert, especially out here where I'm at in North Joshua Tree, it's really hard on plants. It's really tough for gardening. One thing I would tell new gardeners in the desert is you are going to get incredibly disappointed. You're going to have plants that get eaten. You're going to have plants that die because of the intense sun, but I would not get discouraged. The first thing I did was I wanted to put in trees. Trees give you shade or filtered shade, so I put those in first. If I had to do it over again, I might put in larger trees to save myself a couple years because they're not going to do much for the first couple of years. There's the saying with a lot of desert plants you put in, the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. And I have found it to be very true. I did a lot of learning as I went. For example, when I first put in those trees, they were probably about this tall. Went back for the week, came back on the weekend, and they were this tall.
Right.
So that was kind of my first experience with the critters up here and how destructive they are. So I eventually, thankfully, learned about chicken wire, using that, and then just learning about the watering. People think I'm crazy, but I spend hours hand watering plants. May not be the most efficient way to water, but it is my meditation. You know, as water prices have increased, I have scaled back my planting. Nowadays, I mostly plant super intense, drought-resistant plants. This is an example of it. I planted this, I think it was beginning of last year. It's my ocotillo garden. I don't water any of these in the summer, but for the most part, I'm not gonna have to worry about this, which is actually a great feeling. You know, you can leave your place and not worry about the plants dying when you come back. I find it better to use chicken wire around individual plants rather than walling off my entire garden with a fence. You're still allowing the animals to use your property as a corridor to get to other places and as a destination. This tree right here is probably one of my most favorites. Its common name is often known as Baja elephant tree. There are a couple different species that are considered elephant trees. This one is Pachycormus discolor. And it stores water in its trunk, and you can see that it's got peeling bark because that trunk constantly expands. I just love the texture of that juicy fat trunk. It's going to go dormant for the summer, and so this is another plant I don't have to water in the summer. My philosophy with the cactus is, one, our native barrel cactus with the red and pink spines is fantastically drought hardy, and it also gives some good color. But then to kind of give a little bit of a pop, I've got these golden barrel cactus, and that gives a great contrast. But you don't have to water them in the summer. I mean, I have some volunteers that have grown close to my garden that I don't water. It's amazing. They do just as well as the ones that I water. It's incredible that over time, sometimes for years I kind of don't notice the growth, and then all of a sudden somebody who hasn't been here for years will come in and it's like, wow, things have really gotten bigger, and I'll take a look, I'll be like, oh yeah, I guess it really has. And I just found a picture recently of when I first bought the cabin. This place was empty. Teeny tiny creosotes, that's it. It's pretty amazing.